daddy bragging going on here in this. I'm going to have to confess that up front. And it's also, but there's a lot of lessons in this story. It's about what works versus what duplicates. Okay? So here's how it goes. Shut this off for just a second. My daughter turned 18 years old. And when she turned 18 years old, she was in college, and so I called her up on her birthday and said, "Hi, honey, I own you. You're joining Legal Shield." Well, it would work, right? I mean, because I did own her. I paid for her car insurance. I paid for her tuition. I paid for her dorm, our books. I paid for everything. I own her. So if I say you're joining Legal Shield, by God, you're joining Legal Shield, right? It works. It doesn't duplicate though. So I didn't do that. I called her and say, "Hi, honey, what you doing right now?" She goes, "Oh, I'm doing some homework." I said, "Have you got a minute to go to a website?" She goes, "Sure." I said, "Okay, here's the website I want you to go to." Boom. Call you back in 20 minutes. Now, keep in mind, she already knows I'm in Legal Shield. She already knows I'm an executive director. In fact, she spent all summer helping me stack long-distance packages, okay? But she had never seen the video before, so I sent her to something she'd never seen. Called her back 20 minutes later and said, "Hey, what'd you like best about it?" And she said, "Oh, I like that ticket thing." This is from Dad. And I said, "Yeah, I found that pretty effective, as you know." I said, "Well, you know what, let me put you on the phone with someone who's been very successful and makes a lot of money at this, and it's a lot of fun to work with." Click. I did a 3-way call to Liz Fu. Liz Fu at the time. Liz Fu does the 3-way call with her, does her thing. At the end of it, Amanda decides, my daughter's name is Amanda, she decides to sign up. She signs up, she hangs up the phone, she goes over to her roommate and says, "Sarah, I own you." Oh, wait a minute. That wouldn't work, huh? She says, "Sarah, I want you to go watch something. There's this website you need to go see." So she goes to sends Sarah to the website. 20 minutes later, she asks, "What'd you like best about it?" Sarah says something. Proud father that I am. She gets on the phone for a 3-way call to Liz Fu. Liz Fu does her thing. She signs up. Sarah calls her boyfriend, Amanda calls her boyfriend. This proceeds throughout the evening, the next day, and over the next 2 weeks. At the end of 2 weeks, she is a director. Wow. She never, ever worked the business again. And that was 5 years ago. So let me tell you some stories about this that we will find interesting. First off, why? This is the daddy bragging part. You have to understand her situation. And I was willing to buy her excuse because I was paying for it. She was in her 3rd year at UCSD at 18 years old. She graduated at 19 from UCSD with honors. Went to medical school in Loma Linda Medical School. Graduated at age 22 with her 2nd degree with honors. Passed her boards as a full-blown RN and is now a registered nurse working in Victorville, California. Then her boyfriend proposed. They got married. They bought a house. And that brings you up to 5 years later. Out of the, I don't know what it was, 70 some odd people that she signed up in that 2-week period, not counting her, only 2 of the others remain. One, I don't remember who they are, and her fiance. He had no choice. That doesn't sound very good, does it? But what's really going on? Well, if you were to look at her legacy today, you'll see she has just shy of 2,000 people in her organization. She has a silver ED and a bronze ED in her organization. She makes thousands of dollars for 2 weeks worth of work 5 years ago. Wow. All right? So, there's an example of stick and stay. And there's an example that's not about who you recruit, but who they recruit, who they recruit, who they recruit. Someone here in this room knows Kevin Torres from Florida. Some people in the room know Kevin Torres. The Torres organization is in my daughter's leg. Okay? So, there you go.